Hello everyone, I'm Mark Miller, and this is my weekly video update sharing insights and advice about public relations and communications. If you have questions or you'd like to learn more about my services, you can always find me at markmillerpr.com. So today's topic isn't quite as exciting as what we normally talk about. We've talked about press conferences, crisis communication, pitching media, all these different things, and today we're just going to talk about the regular ho-hum, day-to-day, steady-state communications. Now, why would we want to talk about that? Well, it accounts for about 90% of the state of communications for your organization. How often do you really go into crisis communication mode, or do you have a really huge announcement that you need to get out? Those things are few and far between, but your steady state, your day-to-day communications, well, that's almost always. So if you haven't thought about that or dug into that much, I want you to ask yourself just a few questions and consider a few things to do kind of a check on your day-to-day communications. So first of all, how often is too often to communicate on, think of this in aggregate across all of your platforms. So across your social media, your website, your ability to issue press releases, all these together, how often is too much? When are you just kind of saturating your audience? Inversely, how often is not enough? When do they feel like they're not hearing from you, not getting information? So think about the frequency. Also, think about the content. What information is your audience going to be used to hearing? Or better yet, what would you like them to be used to hearing? So just a few quick examples. If you're a music group, I should have on one of my platforms somewhere where the upcoming performances are, when those are going to be, and at least a list of the next few that are upcoming. If you're a museum or a group of museums, what are the current and upcoming exhibits, and what are the time frames on those? Things like that you would say, hey, on my platforms, this is what my audience can expect to see. This is when or how often they can expect to see it. Pretty straightforward. Remember, this can also differ across different platforms. So you might post a lot more often on social media than you update your website. Websites are a little bit more static. Social media is very fluid and prone to updates. Your blog might be weekly or bi-weekly. Whatever you decide it is, that might involve some trial and error to figure out as well. You might go a little bit too heavy, a few weeks and realize that's more than necessary. You might back off and realize, people are feeling neglected and they don't hear from us. You can use all those indicators like engagement rates and your number of followers to kind of figure out, hey, where's the right level and how much we should be communicating and what content. Use feedback from your audience on that as well. They'll probably be willing to tell you about that or get input from others. Lastly, whatever your answer is on content and frequency, be consistent. And that way your audience knows when to expect information from you and what they can expect. So when you put all that together, that kind of helps shape what your steady state or day-to-day communications looks like. As I warned you, it's not terribly exciting, but it's very important because it accounts for so much of your organization's communication, just the day-to-day steady state. So if you haven't yet, give that a look, think about that. And as always, if you need my assistance or if you need to reach me, you can find me at www.markmillerpr.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone.